everyone, Mitch coming in for the Commander's Core studio. Welcome to the show. So on today's episode, I've got a fun one for you. Let's talk about 10 reasons you should build a tokens commander deck. And yes, of course, there's a handy-dandy card list link in the description below in case you're interested in any of these cards. Now let's jump into them. First up, reason number one, you get to play Jetmir. My gosh, is this a powerhouse commander that can absolutely dominate a table and be so much fun. A 5/4 cat demon for 4 mana and Naya. Creatures you control get +1/+0 and have vigilance, so you control 3 or more creatures. This kind of repeats itself in 2 other ways. Basically, at 6 or more creatures, an additional +1/+0 and trample, and then at 9 or more, an additional +1/+0 and double strike. So basically, at the end of the day, if you've got 9 or more creatures in play, which again for a token strategy is so easy, your creatures get +3/+0, vigilance, trample, and double strike, which means any tiny little 1/1 that you have is now hitting for 8 damage in total, trampling and vigilantly. Absolutely disgusting. So with a commander like this, well, you can utilize some amazing cards like, oh, I don't know, March of the Multitudes, just to like play this on the turn before you win, basically. It's like, oh, okay, cool, yeah, all right. Yeah, I just have my commander out, nothing else. I'm not a big threat. Don't worry about it. Oh, by the way, hey, drop this out instant speed, right before my turn. X, green, white, convoke as well if you've got any creatures in play. Of course, you can add to this. Create X 1/1 white soldier creature tokens with lifelink. Basically secure the wastes, but even better, essentially. And of course, secure the wastes, already also very good. But yeah, just go like, oh yeah, by the way, a bunch of little token creatures, and all of a sudden, I've got an army hitting for an insane amount of damage, gaining me life too. Game-changing plays left and right. Of course, also other amazing creatures as well that you can utilize. Adeline is a great 1-star 4 human knight with vigilance for 3 mana. Powers equal to number of creatures you control, can hit incredibly hard, obviously, which helps roll out with your commander's pump effects too. On top of that, whenever you attack for each opponent, you make a 1/1 human that's tapped at attacking that player. Again, normally this should just be a 1/1. Oh yeah, cool, a 1/1 swinging at me. Again, with this commander, all of a sudden, they are all, again, swinging for 8 trampling vigilant damage. I mean, they're not vigilant. I mean, they are vigilant, but they're tapped. It doesn't matter. What matters is they're hitting incredibly hard. You can go wide super fast, hit super hard, take opponents out of nowhere. Again, if you have your army before you play your commander, they're gone. If you have your commander before you play your army, they're gone. You take them out with this. Once there's a powerful, fun build around this, definitely a great reason to play tokens. Next reason, Arabella Abandoned Doll. Yeah, creepy and amazing. A 1/3 toy for 2 mana in Boros. Whenever it attacks, deals X damage to each opponent, you gain X life or X the number of creatures you control, power 2 or less. Yeah, this is crazy cool and crazy fun and crazy underrated. Again, an uncommon commander with an uncommonly cool effect. You go super wide again with a token strategy, and all of a sudden, this is the one that is dishing out all that damage. You gain a ton of life. And again, all those little tiny creatures you take advantage of. You've got a lot of great ways to make a lot of tokens. Again, Siege Gang Lieutenant is a great one in this color combination. Lieutenant, you have combat your turn. If you control your commander, you make 2 1/1 goblins with haste. You can also pay to sacrifice goblins to ping things too, which is great. But again, going wider and wider and wider helps dish out more and more damage with your commander. Of course, as well, Welcoming Vampire, a great one to take advantage of creatures. Whenever one or more other creatures with power 2 or less enter the battlefield you control, you draw a card. It triggers only once each turn. So yeah, again, having a go wide, go low strategy with this kind of a card can really help you. Again, a lot of support around this, a lot of fun around this, and again, utilizing a commander like this in this color combination can use some really cool cards. Again, damage doublers. Again, also just lifelink on this too. Yeah, being able to gain even more life from that, being able to take advantage of that life gain, being able to turn that damage into even more pain for your opponents, going wider and wider and wider. Take advantage of it, build around an amazing commander like this. Next reason, you get to play Adrix and Nev Twincasters. My goodness, this is a fun build for tokens. A 2/2 Merfolk Wizard for 4 mana and Simic Scout Ward 2. If one of our tokens we create in your control, twice that many of those tokens are created instead. A very simple concept, a very simple commander, a very straightforward one, but an amazing one for tokens. It says, hey, what's better than 1 token? A 2. What's better than 2? 4. You double everything up, essentially. It sets itself up for an amazing board state. I mean, how about a card like Reef Worm with this? Just picture this card, just this card plus this commander, a 0/1 worm for 4 mana. When it dies, you make a 3/3 fish. When that dies, you make a 6/6 whale. When that dies, you make a 9/9 kraken. instead of it just being one of each of those tokens, it goes exponentially so much better. Reform goes, okay, all right, I died. I make 2 3/3s. Okay, those die. I make 4 6/6s. Okay, when those die, I make 8 9/9s. Out of a 4-mana 0/1 creature, you get all that value because your commander is doubling everything up. Or how about a card like Essex Fractal Bloom? The first time you create one of our tokens for each of your turns, you may instead choose a creature other than Essex and make that many tokens or copies of that creature. My goodness, that is absolutely crazy. And in combination with this commander, again, you're making twice as many. You can see why this is absolutely crazy. Just picture, again, you make a bunch of tokens. You're like, hey, I make them all copies of Reform and see what happens with my sacrifice outlet. It is such a fun commander, such an amazing commander, such a really, again, straightforward one, but one that is a great reason to build around this because the crazy board states that you can make with this amazing commander for tokens. Moving on, Brenard Ginger Sculptor is another great reason to build around tokens. A 3/3 Human Artificer for 4 mana in Bant. Each creature you control that's a food or golem gets +2/+2 and has trample. Another non-token creature you control dies. You can exile, and if you do, you make a tokens copy of that creature. So it's a 1/1 food golem artifact creature and its other types, and it has pay 2 tap, sacrifice artifact, you gain 3 life. Yeah, it's a very, very, very specific kind of commander, but it is one that is so cool. Yeah, you're making little tiny golem copies of things again in Bant, which is amazing. You can use like aristocrat style effects basically for sacrifice effects to get ETBs of creatures again, to get triggers of creatures again, to make them into tiny little food golems, which is adorable, and take advantage of that in so many cool ways. Again, your tokens become better than the actual creatures themselves. Wing Splicer, a great addition to this deck. Hey, a little 1/1 Human Artificer for 4 mana enters the battlefield to make a 3/3 golem. Oh, and by the way, golems you control are flying. Now your tiny little creatures that now become, again, 3/3s, well, they're even better now. Actually, in the 3/3 you make with this is a 5/5. Every single one of your creature tokens, your food golems, have flying now. And of course, there's other types of splicers as well. Indestructible. Again, first strike, of course. But you can take advantage of this in a lot of different ways. And of course, again, with a commander like this that turns basically all your creatures into token versions of themselves, Song of the World Soul and popular effects are amazing. First of all, Wizards reprint this card. I love this card, please. And you have for 6 mana in white. Whenever you cast a spell, Populate. Such a fun effect, again. Creating a tokens copy of a creature token you control. Oh my goodness, the potential of this is absolutely absurd with this kind of a commander. Again, you get all those ETBs, LTBs, whatever you're getting, essentially, all those triggers. You get even more copies of even more creatures that are even more amazing, building your army and just doing some absolutely crazy things. Again, a unique direction for tokens. Check it out, pick it up, build around it. Speaking of unique directions, Brudiclad Telchor Engineer is another great reason to build a token deck. A 4/4 Phyrexian Artificer for 6 mana, and is it? Creature tokens you control have haste. At the beginning of combat on your turn, you make a 2/1 Phyrexian Artifact creature token. Then you can choose a token you control. If you do, each of their token turns into that token. Such a fun commander and a unique one. It's like a go wide token strategy that then morphs all those tokens into one amazing thing. And of course, I mean, there's a lot of great ways to go wide with this, like Third Path Iconoclast. Hey, whenever you're casting a non-creature spell, make a 1/1 soldier artifact creature token. You go super wide, super quickly with a commander like this. You make any kind of tokens. It doesn't matter what they are. And of course, then you can just like turn them all into treasures just to protect them for a bit when you want to. And then when you need to, go like, oh yeah, I have a giant, cool, awesome creature in play. Cool. All right, I'm going to play Cackling Counterpart, and I'm going to make a token copy of it, even if it's just Third Path Iconoclast. And you're like, okay, cool, I get 10 copies of Third Path Iconoclast. Awesome. Oh, yeah, because I created the token copy of it. All my treasures or whatever they were turned into a copy of that, essentially. And all of a sudden, I'm like, hey, you know what? I cast a non-creature spell, and I make an insane amount of soldiers every single time. And that's just a low to the ground, just, again, very simple interaction that can get so much better with bigger creatures, more juicy effects out there, more game-ending effects out there. You can do so many cool things. Brudiclad Telchor Engineer unlocks a lot of unique cards for a token strategy. Check it out, pick it up, build around it. Zurgo Stormrender is a spicy commander, a really spicy token commander, a 3/3 Orc Warrior for 3 mana in Mardu. Mobilize 1. Whenever it's attacking, get a tap that attacking 1/1 Red Warrior creature token. Sacrifice is going to extend step. Cool. But what really matters is whenever a creature token you control leaves the battlefield, draw a card if it was attacking. Otherwise, each opponent loses 1 life. this commander gives you options. It says, hey, you know what we're going to be doing? We are going to be either drawing an insane amount of cards, or we're going to be draining opponents a ton. And of course, you can determine when that happens. I mean, opponents can at some point, during combat if they're going to like block and you don't want them blocked, but sure. Most of the time, you're like, you know what, let's just draw an insane amount of cards. I can utilize a card like Viserys here to go, oh yeah, my creatures didn't die in combat. I wanted to draw a bunch of cards. Cool, I'll just sacrifice them anyways. Sacrifice creature, scry 1. So yeah, get some card selection while getting all that card advantage as well from your commander. Again, you determine when your creature tokens leave the board. And of course, again, there are great ways to build up that army, especially during combat. With Enoch Strike Leader, a 2/2 Dog Warrior for 2 mana and white. Whenever you attack with this creature and or your commander, for each opponent, make a tapped 1/1 red goblin creature token that's attacking, and you can sacrifice this to give your creature tokens indestructible, which is great. But yeah, being able to just go super wide, super quickly, and be able to just get a lot of value out of things like this. Again, drawing an insane amount of cards, draining opponents as well. Zurgo Stormrender is in a really cool color combination for like an aristocrats go wide strategy that gives you so much advantage over your opponents. Kambal, Profiteering Mayor is such a cool commander. A 2/4 Human Advisor for 3 mana in Orzhov. Whenever one or more tokens enter the battlefield on your opponent's control, for each of them create a tap tokens copy of it. Triggers only once each turn. Whenever one or more tokens enter the battlefield under your control, each will lose 1 life and you gain 1 life. This is one that goes about things in different ways. It says, hey, you know what we're going to be doing? Well, we are going to be draining our opponents throughout the game just because I'm making tokens. Oh, and by the way, copying their tokens. So again, literally if your opponents are like, yeah, just even making a treasure, making a clue, making a servo, making whatever, or, making a giant 10/10 Eldrazi or whatever, they can just actually just give you one of those tokens that you just get that token too. And of course, you can force the issue as well. They card like Bovine Intervention. Turn artifact or creature its controller makes a 2/2. Okay, cool. Now, you also get a 2/2. You also get to build that up, all while draining your opponents as well. Or some bigger effects like Combat Calligrapher. Hey, 3/3 flyer, Inklings can attack your planeswalkers you control. By the way, player attacks one of your opponents, you're incentivizing them to do so. That attacking player makes a tap 2/1 white and black Inkling creature token when flying that's attacking that opponent. Yeah, you also give them more creatures while also giving yourself more creatures. You can do a lot of cool things with this commander. Again, basically stealing your opponent's tokens. Again, like basically making extra copies of it. Like, hey, you get one, but I get one too. Oh, by the way, let's drain opponents out. A very unique token commander, go in some really cool directions. Check it out, build around it. Or if you're looking for a powerhouse in tokens, my goodness, Marneus calgar is insane. A 3/5 Astartes Warrior with double strike for 5 mana and Esper. Whenever one or more tokens enter battlefield you control, draw a card. By the way, by paying 6, you make 2 2/2s. Creature tokens with vigilance, which is absolutely amazing. Now, of course, yeah, any kind of token doublers, any kind of, cost reduction on that ability, plus like an Ashnod's Altar equals, yeah, go, semi-infinite, basically draw your entire library. You can definitely do that. You can also just not go that infinite route if you don't want to. I mean, sacrifice creature, add, colors, it's crazy good. You don't have to go in that direction, though, obviously, if you're going for, like, the most powerful build, sure. That being said, even things like Nadir Kraken are crazy good with this. Whenever you draw a card, you can pay 1. If you do, you get a counter on this and make a token. So you go, okay, I pay 1. I make a token. Cool. Oh, I draw a card. All right, okay, that means I can make another one by paying 1. I do it again, and again, and again, and again, and again. You can do some absolutely crazy things with this commander. Again, obviously infinite combinations, but obviously, too, incredibly powerful without having to go infinite. An insane draw engine that helps you out throughout the game. Again, those repeatable token effects are so prevalent and so good in this color combination. Check it out, pick it up, build around it. All right, I have to mention Krenko as a reason. Again, there's a reason why it is in the top 20 commanders of all time. It is the only monocolor commander up there right now, I believe. Double check me on that, please. But yeah, Krenko is most definitely a great reason to play tokens. A 3/3 Goblin Warrior for 4 mana in red. Tap, put X 1/1 goblins on the battlefield. Or X the number of goblins you control. Basically, just double up your goblin army. It's super simple, super effective. All of a sudden, just very straightforward. And that's why it is so good. And so played, because players love this. It is a great and fun commander. I mean, of course, you can utilize cards like Dragon Fodder to speed things up, right? You put 2 1/1 goblins on the battlefield. You play this, you play your commander, you tap, and it's like, okay, I go from 3 to 6. Next turn, I go from 6 to 12, then 12 to 24. But here's the thing, there is some hidden tech with this commander that some players out there that play Krenko don't realize. Yes, you can go wide and make a bunch of goblins, utilize a bunch of really powerful goblins, But you can also just utilize a bunch of threatened effects, which are amazing with this commander. In red, there aren't really a lot of ways to untap things that you have. Again, that's mostly like blue and white typically, and some green as well. Red doesn't really have that, but it does have threatened effects. Untap target creature, gain control until end of turn, and that creature gains haste until end of turn. Yeah, you're not stealing a creature. You can with this, obviously, you can steal an opponent's creature, but you can just target your own commander with it. You already control it, but what you're doing is untapping it, so you can tap it again, so you can double up, and then triple up, and quadruple up. I mean, all the exponential kind of growth things, basically, for your team. Just go sky high with your team in absolutely no time. Take your opponents out with Impact Tremors type cards, or hasty ways to make your goblin just swing right away. It is such a spicy commander, such a good commander. The potential is so good. A great reason to play tokens. And finally, a newer reason to play tokens, Witherbloom, the Balancer, a commander that is most definitely taking over Commander, a 5/5 Elder Dragon for 8 mana and Golgari, affinity for creatures, flying, death touch, instant source spells you cast have affinity for creatures. Basically, go super wide with token creatures, and all of a sudden, this costs basically nothing to play, and your spells cost basically nothing to play, which also make even more creatures, like, you know, I don't know, Pest Infestation, an X mana spell, disrupt X artifacts or enchantments, create twice X pests, basically a massive board wipe that makes you an insane amount of pests, again, basically for free for a single mana most of the time once you're set up with this one, and you go, oh yeah, cool, alright, I made like 20 pests, great, and got rid of all the things I didn't want on the board. Good for me for 1 mana. Or again, a game-ending card like Army of the Damned, which usually costs, again, 8 mana to cast it the first time, plus another 10 mana, that's 18 mana in total. You're paying for 6 mana in total to make 26 2/2 zombies in total, 13 at a time, right? Absolutely crazy game-ending card that just goes, oh yeah, I can play that super easily. Cool, all right, awesome. Yeah, just get it out super early and win the game. Like it's absolutely nothing. You can go wider and faster than basically anything else with a commander like this. Do some absolutely insane, powerful things and dominate your opponents in so many ways. Such a powerful commander. Again, affinity is a broken keyword, broken mechanic, basically. And this commander says, hey, not only do I have it, but your spells have it too. Go wide, utilize tokens, and dominate your opponents with this. And with that, this episode is coming to a close. As always, comment below with your thoughts on it. And of course, as always, thanks again and have a good one. This show and episodes like this one are possible thanks to viewers like you. If you're looking for an easy way to help support this show, make sure that you like, share, and subscribe. Also, hit that bell notification icon so you don't miss any new episodes. You can also go check out our playmats and other merchandise at thecommandersquarters.com. Another easy way to support this show is with our TCG player affiliate links. So whether you're buying a deck or individual cards, you can use this general link right here or one in the description. And the final way that you can support this show is by supporting us directly by becoming a patron. There are many benefits to being a patron, and I truly couldn't do this without all of their support.